Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. I first time in a long time I spent all night playing video games since I quit my job. So it was fun. I had a blast by myself. Yeah. So anyway, we're watching some unsubscribed clips. This is How Japanese Historians Suppress World War II History, featuring the fat electrician. I also saw, I don't know why it doesn't also say Angry Cops, but Angry Cops was in there too. So, yeah, let's take a look and see what they got to say about it. I think I know already, that if you lost a war like that, I guess you would also lie about it. Anyway, go.
Funny thing about nuke in Japan is like
That's not the fat electrician at all. No, I'm just kidding.
Hiroshima was like a Christian city. Was it? Yeah, at that time. It was either Hiroshima or Nagasaki, which one, but it had like a large Christian population.
Really?
And so America was just like, you know what? They're already going to heaven. Let's just make it, we'll save them. We're actually doing them a favor. Instead of like going for other Japanese people that might not see, America as like hey, okay, we get along. There's a similar religion there. No, they're like, those are kind of our guys, but, well, they're going to see Jesus. And so that's what they want.
Go towards the light.
You know what's fucking crazy? Like, so if I went down to the Fort Sill Training Support Facility, and they got a flag from the guys who had been taken prisoner on Bataan during the Bataan Death March. They built this flag after like they were getting liberated. They like sewed it all together and shit, and like stood at attention for the flag. It's the first time they've done it in like 4 years, right? But just think of the mentality. So they fought for like 6 months, cut off on the Bataan Peninsula. Fought like crazy. Like, I challenge anyone to find any nation that has ever fought that hard to like the bitter end. And they only gave up because they were ordered to, and they ran out of ammunition. So then they do the Bataan Death March, which is awful. If you guys have never read the book, was it Unbreakable? Don't watch the movie. The movie's, but
I think the movie was directed by Angelina Jolie, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I've seen clips from the movie. I've never seen the whole thing, but I guess I'll go read the book.
The book is fucking atrocious what the Japanese did to those guys. So that was 1941, right? 1941 that happened. They go to all sorts of different POW camps. And one of the POW camps they go to is right outside of this little known place called Hiroshima, right? Small place, not important, right? And so you're there for 4 years. Like, you're getting, just beat to shit. You're losing people. You're being starved, like malnutrition, malaria, all this shit. And then one day you look up and you see a fucking atomic bomb go off at the city right next door, and you're like, what did I miss in 4 fucking years? Like, that'd be such a mind fuck that you'd like, we were fighting with these old outdated World War I shit, and now 4 years later the sun just showed up over a fucking Japanese city.
I can tell you exactly what I would do. I would be there as a POW, and I'd,
by the way, sorry to interrupt, but nice cowboy hat, dog.
See it explode. And then my Japanese prison guard would be right there, and I would go, just a little, you're in trouble.
Holy fuck.
Something tells me that wasn't an ammunition dump, fella.
Holy shit. It's funny.
I'm just looking over, and the prisoner was like,
It's funny because like 2 days after that, the Japanese guards literally abandoned the POW camp. They just left. They're like, fuck this.
I gotta go.
I'm out.
You know what would be like really kind of fucked up is like America took the Japanese sword makers from that area and then made them make the blades to that Hellfire missile so they could put it in. It's like it's false story. There's just guys who are like, they're still doing it old way, folding steel. Like, this is amazing. A sword made from a steel. And CIA.
What do you want with the Hotori Hanzo sword?
It just goes, here, thank you very much. Oh, what the fuck?
This will be passed down a generation.
Isn't it funny how we all kind of mimic the same Japanese accent? It doesn't sound very cool if you just were to mimic a Japanese college kid or a businessman. They're probably very soft-spoken, so
After generations.
Have you?
Do the entire ceremony.
General MacArthur, I give you the sword.
I know. And General MacArthur's like, I know what to do with this shit.
I need 4 more.
I know what I want your reaction to.
What's that?
It's like a trending thing on the internet right now with all the fucking.
Do you want to not just tell me and just do it right now? Do you want to just show it to me?
No, I can't show you. It's too much. I just have to. It's like hundreds of tweets. It's a whole thing. It's like. It's a bit like a big talking point with like the super ultra communist fucking sympathizers that Japan did not surrender because of the nuclear bomb. They surrendered because the USSR attacked Manchuria around the same time.
Where's Manchuria located?
China.
In, to Japan. I'm not sure where Manchuria is.
It's like
I've heard of their candidate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Never.
anyways.
Isn't it northern Japan, like near fucking
I
Korea
don't think
or
it's
some
Manchuria.
shit?
I think it's
It's I'm pretty sure it's China, unless I'm not running on very much sleep right now, but I'm pretty sure it's China. I guess it would have been Japan at the time, maybe.
I gave my woman my phone, so I can't check.
it's China.
West Japan.
So the USSR attacked not Japan, and Japan said,
Japan was occupying it
Yeah.
at the time.
There you
Do you
go.
hear they finally have some pictures? I haven't seen, I've seen like one or two, and I don't know how true
Nanking.
they're. Nanking.
That's what I heard.
"Oh, wasn't that? Yeah, they the Japanese were like cutting people up. We talked about this, right?
Oh yeah, like millions.
Oh, yeah.
That was, that was on the
G-Van, you're going to have to mute this, but the of Nanking is
There
what
you
it's
go.
referred to.
yeah. I mean that entire thing. If you read the story on that,
Don't
or
get me
the
don't get me fucking started. I'm gonna go on a communist rant if we do this.
Was China communist at that point, or were they still?
They were in the middle of a civil war, so
were
they were
right in
kind
the
of like
middle
our
of it.
friend, not our friend. They were having a
Enemy of our enemy was our friend. Yeah, type of deal. Yeah, it's really upsetting.
Japan came in and fucking
Clean.
I mean, Japanese were like awful to anyone, even POWs. Like, if you read that book, I'll give you an example. That book, The fucking Unbreakable, they were allowed like hardly any water and one golf ball size thing of rice. That's what the POWs were allowed, Japanese prisoners. And if you were caught stealing anything, you were either beaten to death or like killed in many other creative ways. So like a guy was caught stealing water because he was fucking dying of thirst. And what they did is they shoved a garden hose down his throat, filled up his
Oh
stomach,
my
and jumped on it like a
God.
water balloon. Killed him. Yeah. Like the awful shit that the
Holy
Japanese did is fucking wild,
sweet
man.
jeepers.
in Japan they don't teach it either. They're like,
No.
I've never heard that story before. That's crazy. Creative. Can't take that away from them.
we never did any of that.
It's America's fault though. It's not theirs.
Of course.
They're just going with it.
Yeah, of
course.
After World War II, there's literally an entire generation of historians right after World War II. They're literally called the revisionists, and their entire fucking life goal was to make America the bad guy in World War II, and that they didn't succeed because everybody still kind of universally agrees like allied good guys, right?
Axis bad guys.
Right. So like they didn't succeed at that, but what it did do was it played it off like Japan was a victim that didn't deserve nuclear bombing or whatever. And then
I will say that probably killing a bunch of civilians with nuclear bombs probably wasn't a good thing. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a tough situation. Different time.
that because of that, that's why nobody knows about how
Oh, also good choice with the ghost energy. I do enjoy a good ghost.
fucking horrific all the shit the Japanese were doing is. That's why that's
C4
not
too.
taught. That's why it's way lesser known. And then what that translated to is that's why every war after World War II, everybody thinks that America fucking lost or America was doing the wrong thing. It's literally because of that. It's an entire generation of historians whose entire ethos was America bad, and that was their whole fucking plan.
So that's the way I explain like Afghanistan to people, because I don't know about Iraq, but like in Afghanistan, what we do
I was in Iraq. I don't know what he's about to say, but anyway.
is every year during the fighting seasons, because you guys all know they have fighting seasons in
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
Generally, they don't fight during the summer. In Iraq, it was more. I was convoy security in Iraq. I was there 2007 to 2008. The summers, you wouldn't see a whole lot of people. Obviously, during the day, during the summer, especially during also Ramadan, you wouldn't see anybody. And Iraq was more known for IEDs. I never got shot at, and I never shot anybody when I was in Iraq. But we saw a lot of IEDs go off. And I understand that in Afghanistan, it was the opposite. I never went to Afghanistan, but from what I understand, a lot of firefights in Afghanistan. not so many IEDs.
They show up in the spring with a bunch of fucking retards. They have fucking recruited from Pakistan or Uzbekistan. Pick a fucking stand. They all go to the different stands over there, right? So they come across the border. They get their shit pushed in by Uncle Sam. Every single time they get into a fight, they run away like bitches because we just fucked them up, right? They run back to Pakistan. They fucking throw some more money at the next generation of fucking idiots. They come back the next year. We kill all the dumb ones. And we did this for 20 fucking years. So like people are like, you lost in Afghanistan. It's like, okay, Afghanistan.
I will say that we pulled out. And now the Taliban's back in charge. So what does that tell you? And I have a different opinion probably than this guy.
Is a house. We're going to treat it like that. I go to your house and I beat your ass. But
to be fair, so did the Soviets, but we still say that they lost in Afghanistan. So
you start hiding, and every day I'm in your house just looking around for you. And every time I find you, I fuck you up, and I do it for 20 years. And then finally, I'm like, this is boring. I'm done with this.
That's not what happened, though. I don't agree with that guy at all. The Russians did that for a good, I don't know how long was it? Like probably the same amount of time, a good 10 to 20 years. And they had to leave. We had to leave. So does that mean that the Russians won in Afghanistan? No. I don't agree with that guy at all. No offense.
I'm going to go home now.
And I won because you didn't finish the job. Like, what? I can turn you to glass if I really felt like it. Like, I could foundation your house in 10 minutes.
You just made the United States a burglar.
Yep, kind of did.
Where are you? The point stands. Oh my God, he's back. Your story is America illegally kicks in the door of their neighbor's house and then beats the fuck out of their neighbor. And the neighbor's like, oh, I'm going to hide from you. And you're like, yeah, you fucking better. George, and then you show up every 2 days. That's a horrible analogy.
And we'll start it different. The neighbor came out and threw a rock and broke our window. And now we show up. There we go.
That's the meme.
I feel like the United States John Wicked Afghanistan. Like the Taliban did 9/11, which is basically killing our dog, and we were like, no, not the puppy. And then we went over to their house and we just did all the Russian stuff where we're like, I think I'm back, you know.
But it's crazy when you look at the numbers. So was it a little under 3,000? I think it's 6 less than 3,000 people died in 9/11. I think it's like 2,994 died in 9/11. But in Afghanistan, 20 years of fighting, 2,400 soldiers died. It's like you killed more people on 9/11 than you did in 20 years of fighting us, and you want to tell everybody you fucking won. Okay,
Well, again, I disagree with him. We didn't win. We didn't. I'm pretty sure we ran away in a very botched exit. Yeah, I don't agree.
I wish you the best in your future fucking
The other annoying part is it's like you can't even win a war because there's no fucking official government there to even sign a peace treaty with. At least not one that actually has control of their shit. So it's like you're not even fighting a
Imagine if America, though, if America just did it where they won the war like fucking 7 days later. We're like, oh, we're winning. And then we just pulled out instantly.
Can I say
that'd be way more gangster? It's like, boom, killed. Okay, bye.
What do you think Desert Storm was?
We cleared the vacuum.
Desert Storm was.
Your video was Storming Over Schwarzkopf, and I have known it for forever, and I loved your talking point because it's absolutely true. Storming Over Schwarzkopf was like, we're gonna push past everybody and just take over Iraq as fast as we can because the politicians are gonna fuck this up. And then we fucking laid waste to Iraq in 14 days?
Yep.
The air raid was 30 days, but
the ground war.
I think it was 100 hours was the ground fucking war. It was super short.
The ground war was like days, a couple days before they had all of the Iraq forces pinned and separated completely.
Was it you that made a video about how we smoked all their tanks because they bunkered up their tanks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they fucked up. The tanks, especially in the 90s, because that's when Abrams brand new, the T-78s, T-72s that they were using, outdated, antiquated, and then they didn't have GPS.
That was 73 Easting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
73 Easting.
Yeah, when I was in Iraq, we had the Blue Force trackers and stuff. So, yeah, and even the second Iraq war, it took I think maybe that's what he's thinking of, 2 weeks. I think something like that. I don't know.
was a fucking turkey shoot.
They didn't know shit.
How many? We only lost. Did we even lose a single Abram? It was like one
Yeah, one
Abram.
got stuck in the mud because some private didn't know how to
America,
fucking.
an Abram has never been lost in combat. Like Abrams have been lost to IEDs, but that's it.
And then we used that how many tanks? They lost like 1,000
Yes,
tanks.
all of them.
All of
I think it
them.
was like one battalion
it
pushed through
wasn't
73 East.
It wasn't even Abrams going. Like we had Bradleys out there fucking shit up.
That tow missile fucks, man. That tow fucks.
But I mean, we still had like there's stories and like full animated reenactments where they interview the guys. It's like 2 Bradleys come up over a ridge and there's like 30 fucking T-72s and they're like. we got 4 tow missiles. Let's fucking go. They fucking take out like 5 fucking tanks somehow and then dip. It's fucking awesome.
That is a good.
It's nuts, man. Like
that's
there's,
crazy.
I've seen some of those interviews from 73 Easting. Those guys in those Abrams. I think the only armored vehicle we lost in 73 Easting was to friendly fire, if I'm not mistaken.
What the fuck?
Yeah, look, they weren't doing it, so we kicked our own ass. Okay,
Merc.
We wanted to fight.
What dude was just like, yeah, that's definitely not one of ours. That thing that looks
by the color.
That thing that looks nothing like the enemy tanks that we've been
Like
studying.
the one I'm in.
Yeah. Did they get one of ours? We should definitely shoot at it just in case.
Rich, you've met privates.
There's a funny saying, and I enjoy saying it.
You
What's the difference between a trash can and a tank? There's only one dirt bag in a trash can.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tanker slangs.
I used to be a tanker. You know that, right? You
I
little
can
engineer.
tell.
Oh well, that makes. I was gonna say that makes sense. No, by the way, no, I don't mean any. I don't even know who that guy is. I don't mean any ill will towards him when I say, like, I think he's wrong. It's just I think he's wrong. It doesn't mean I don't think he's a good person or whatever. Just want to make that clear. It's just like I don't. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just different opinions. Everybody's got one. So yeah, that was a good story. I like that. It brought back a couple of memories. Yeah, I need to check out some more of these clips, or at least listen to the podcast or something, because it does seem fun. It's just I don't like, despite what you might think, I don't really like to talk about the military because it brings back stupid memories. That not even like PTSD type stuff, just like cringy stuff. Like, cause I joined the Navy when I was 19. Like, I remember a lot of cringy stuff about myself when I was like 19. It's just ugh. In my early 20s. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Makes me feel good inside and helps out the channel. And if you got any recommendations or you just want to call me a jerk, that's cool too. You can do that in the comments. That's fine. But yeah, there you go. Again, I appreciate it, and bye.